Thank you, John and Helen. Right, so we're talking about brain drain this morning. And for our viewers who are just tuning in, simply put, aka in Feran's definition, brain drain is taking your knowledge and skills away from the developing country, aka Nigeria, and giving it to a developed country in exchange for a better life. And unfortunately, the worse and more unbearable our country becomes, the more intelligent, talented, and brilliant minds we will lose. Because frankly, who wants to stay in a country where crime is the order of the day, human and financial security is non-existent, the chances of getting a good education are very slim, and the ability to earn a decent wage is a pipe dream? Yes, it does sound bleak, doesn't it? But let's flip the script. Who will build our country when all the intelligent, talented, and brilliant minds have left? Who will change our government when the opportunity presents itself for the right people to become a part of the government and effect change from inside out? When the young generation who have fled our country want to come back on holiday to visit their loved ones because their eyes have opened in the abroad and the nostalgia has become intense, what are they going to come back to? So those are things that we're going to look at this morning when my guest and I, Kehinde Olomojobi, will be discussing brain drain. Is the grass really greener on the other side? Kehinde is a seasoned financial professional and a strong player in the treasury management space with over 25 years of banking experience. She's an alumnus of Goldman Sachs Training Institute, Wharton Business School, and the Lagos Business School. She's passionate about wealth creation and financial literacy, and her platform, Aurora with KWO, Aurora Financial Literacy Hub, and Aurora Juniors Club, are financial literacy platforms designed to provide finance and career-related guidance, as well as mentoring for individuals from different areas of their lives. Kehinde is also a wealth coach, teacher, treasury and investment expert, financial literacy enthusiast and advocate, serial entrepreneur, and business owner. Welcome, Kehinde.
Thank you so much, Feran.
You are really, really awesome. You know, there's so many things that you do, and I don't know how you do it.
Well, it's all about creating harmony, because you can't create a balance with life.
Yeah, very true.
But you look at the various aspects of life, and you create harmony. And really, your life is what you make of it.
Very true, very true. So, right, looking at brain drain. What is the big deal? Why is it such a big deal in today's world?
The International Labour Organization defines brain drain as the long-term or permanent emigration of highly skilled human capital from one geographical location to another geographical location. You just asked the question now, why is it a big deal? It's a big deal because every human being deserves a sense of self-worth. And you would move to where you think your value is better appreciated. Also, there are factors that make you want to move.
Yes.
And you've mentioned some of those factors: insecurity, lack of healthcare, and so many other things. But more importantly, economic reasons are the reasons why people want to japa, bringing it closer home to Nigeria. You know,
for those who don't know what japa means, what does that mean?
Japa means to run away, to flee, you know, to look for where greener life pasture seems better, you know, and you're better appreciated. Yeah.
Seemingly.
Perceived.
Yeah, exactly. So, like we've talked about the myriad of problems in Nigeria.
Yeah.
But is japa in AK jumping ship? Is it really the best course of action? Is the grass really greener on the other side?
The grass is not always greener on the other side. However, you can make your grass greener wherever you are. Many people want to move, they want to emigrate without planning. I'm a financial literacy expert, and I always believe in financial planning. You can plan from now for the next 50 years. It's all about being intentional and deliberate. So the grass can be greener if you plan. If you plan. So if you want to leave Nigeria today, I'm going to ask you a few questions. Do you have what it takes to sustain yourself? And I'm talking about your emergency funds. Because unlike other geographical locations, I don't want to say countries, where it's not what happens there, where you have a good social network, an uncle here.
What's a social network?
People that you can rely on, you know, when you are in a financial tight corner. It doesn't happen there. Nobody will give you a nickel or a dime or a pound.
Tell me about it.
Nobody will give you a lira. You have to work for it. You don't pick money on the streets there are no streets of gold there. So if you come to me today and say, auntie, I want to japa, I'm going to ask you, what are you going to feed on? What are you going to where are you going to live? How do you transport yourself? Most of us still feel when I'm going there, I'm going to meet Nigerians like myself. You're going to meet Nigerians who have been acclimatized to a new way of life, who may not send you. So if you have your money, you want to japa, also have structure. Which route are you pursuing? Are you going the educational route, the business investor route? You can't just go there and be a fugitive where you're running from immigration. You have to plan. It's about being intentional. It's about planning. You can start your japa plan now and plan it for the next 3 years. Put it together, articulate it, and move. Don't just jump the ship.
It's like you have just burst a lot of people's bubbles.
And broken tables.
You have. And I'm going to take this to our youth. A large percentage of our youth currently living life in Nigeria. A lot of them have this idea of, like you said, jackpine, which means I will leave this country for Canada, UK, America, Dubai. When they say this, what do you say to them?
I'll tell them, what skills do you have? You see, money is not in the usual places again, where we have the 9 to 5, the blue collar, as it's called somewhere else, as against our white collar.
What's the difference between blue collar and white collar?
It's the same thing. You're in the 9 to 5, a structured environment, somebody pays you, their perception of your value. You earn a salary.
Okay.
However, money has moved from those kind of structured levels. Money is not usual places, and it comes with skills. And with your skills comes the value you bring to bear, where people now pay you for that value. So I'm going to ask any youth, what skills do you have? Is it coding skills? ICT skills, sports skills. What skills do you have? Because not everybody will employ you immediately. Your skills will sustain. You can work from home, for example, if you have substantial skills that will earn you money. Let me also say, money is not the physical note any longer. Money is not the dollar or the naira or the pound sterling. Money is value. And when you're loaded with value, you will earn money anywhere, even in Nigeria. So you may not have to jackpot.
Very true.
Money is value, and value can be used anywhere. So I'm going to ask you, do you have value? I'm not being rude. I'm just saying, what do you have inside of you?
So I'm the youth, and you ask me, do I have value? My answer is, I'm an extremely good musician. I'm an extremely good basketball player. I'm an extremely good football player.
Does that market
so
need
I have
you?
Talent.
Does that market need your talent? You see, beyond having talent or value, you must understand your market. You can only make it when there's a gap in the market that you're feeling. So how many basketballers are out there? What makes you different? What is your value proposition? Your unique selling point? What makes Feran different from every other OAP? If you don't have that distinguishing factor, you may just go there and just fall through the cracks.
Okay, what if I do have
the value?
Okay,
fantastic. You have the value. Beyond the value, how do you sustain yourself? How do you get yourself into the system? Because there are steps to take to get into any economic system. So are you going through, do you have the education that people there are required to have? Do you have the equivalency? Many of us have certificates in Nigeria.
I have a first-class degree from University of Lagos.
I've had to take a sit back at a point in time and check the equivalency of all my certifications.
Wow.
How many of us have been deliberate enough to do that? To take your BSc from wherever university, Uniport, Unilag, UI, and check the equivalency.
So are you telling me that not me, Feran, me, the youth, me with my first-class degree from University of Lagos.
You have to check what the worth of your first class is in any other place you're going to. Canada, Europe, Germany, UK. What is this worth? What is it worth? So you don't go there and they're telling you it's the equivalent of a primary 6 or school cert.
Wow.
Educational certificates. You must check. You must be ready. So the packaging that you have as Feran, does the content match the container? Many of us have the persona. Many of us have the container. Do we have the content that will fit into that market you're going to out there? Remember, you're not going to go there and have a job immediately. There's a waiting period. The people that are not fully employed, you check the employment data. The farm payroll in the US. Various data come out every week. The employment data comes out in different economies. Have you checked it? That means their own youth are not yet employed. Remember also the color of your skin also matters. Your accent matters. The way you talk matters.
Isn't that racist?
Your mind, it is not. It's being realistic. They would choose their own people before you, except, of course, you're exceptional. That's why I said, what value do you carry? What makes you different from every other person out there? You must consider that. So you're not just getting frustrated and then now have to do extreme things to sustain yourself.
Wow. So, let's take it back to Nigeria.
Okay.
Is brain drain, aka jackpine, really the way forward for our nation?
We all know the negatives of brain drain. We have a gap right now in the middle class. We have a gap in the medical subsector where the highly skilled workers have all gone. And the ratio of patients to medical personnel keeps increasing every day because many people are leaving. So we have those gaps happening. And when those gaps keep happening, the economic viability of the country also diminishes. And when that diminishes, it means the country is not making enough money, to even make itself viable. So it's a negative for us as a country, for our youth to keep living. However, what can we do about it? The nation the government has to look inwards and find a way to hold its people down.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. The government. Our earlier guest also talked about the government. Everybody says the government. We have a failed system. We have a failed government. Let's accept that. We as individuals,
we are the government.
We are the government. So what are we doing?
We also have to look inwards as private sector individuals in the organized private sector to say, yes, we have a failed government. What can we also do with the little that we have left? When we say we have a failed government, let me also qualify it. All is not lost for Nigeria.
Very true.
All is not lost. True. So we have to look at those other areas that are still looking viable and develop them. Develop sports, for example. Develop entertainment, regulate it, make it interesting for our children. I went out for dinner with my children yesterday, and we're talking about certain artists. And I said, these children have interest in music. However, they're afraid of the structure. They see people smoking, they see people doing so many things. That's not entertainment to them, but they have interest in it. So there must be a way for us to make this thing more alluring.
Whose job is that?
It is our job. Government cannot do everything. Who are the people in government? People like you and I, people whose values are already warped. So we're taking it back to the family units, where we need to begin to instill the right values because they're the leaders of tomorrow. Put in the right values. Tell them it's not about you running away. It's about you doing the right thing, building the structure, and staying here to develop the country. If everybody runs away, Feran, who's going to be left?
That's exactly what I was saying.
Who's going to be left?
Who's going to be left?
Maybe you're also planning.
No. No.
So what are you doing?
That's a very good question. That's a very good question.
So what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing to prevent me from running away? You must develop the next person beside you.
Yes, very true.
You must have empathy, compassion. You must be societal in your thinking. Everybody in our environment here, you know where we are now. Everybody's living in a little local government. You put your own power, your own water. You're not thinking about the next person.
Okay, let me even ask a different question. To go back to what are you doing? Yeah. This thing, brain drain, it is our brain that is taking flight. Yeah. What about the situations where, because I believe very strongly in value and being able to teach and be taught. So I try and get value everywhere I go and give it. But not everybody wants to be taught. So how do you change that brain from potentially being mediocre to being at that level where they can add value? How do you do that?
It's a reset. Also know that your mode of teaching also has to match the people you're teaching. The youth are not traditional. You must begin to look at the way you're going to teach them to make them understand what you're talking about. Let me also talk about that issue of brain drain. Do you know that you don't have to physically move from here to earn in foreign currency?
Very true.
Our youths have to be taught that there are borderless ways of earning. They don't have to leave their country. From the confines of your room, from the confines of your study, you can actually offer your value or your services to foreign companies and earn money.
Very true.
So there has to be a broadening of the mind, a resetting of the mind. It's not about you packing up and going.
Whose job is it to do that reset?
You and I. I speak to myself every day. What do I tell myself? That's where affirmations come in. I have value. This is my country. I'm going to add value. I can make it in Nigeria. When you can think about it, you say it, you act it, you can have it.
And what of the youth?
The youth has to believe in himself or herself. Nobody will believe in you, Feran.
Very true.
You must believe in yourself. You must believe you have capacity. You must believe you have value.
But what if that belief is still programmed to, I have value, but I have that value to give to a developed country?
It's still a value system. I'm bringing my children up to be global citizens, people or children of value or individuals of value, where they can offer their value from anywhere, including Nigeria. I'm also telling them they're not inferior to anybody. I'm also teaching them that first and foremost, they were created for a purpose.
Very true.
And so when you have children going around that I'm purposeful, I was intentionally created, I have value, their mindset changes. They're not arrogant, they're confident. And they know that anywhere they are, they can attract money.
Okay, so I want us to as we round up, I want you to give me 5 points, because I'm very passionate about the youth.
Okay.
So I want 5 points that any youth listening or any parent that has a youth listening can take away with them to help in this mindset shift.
First of all, have good education.
The educational system here is very bad.
You can self-teach. During the lockdown period, I took so many courses on the Harvard website, so many free courses. So what are you doing on Coursera? What are you doing on Udemy? So you must look at your own personal development.
I don't like learning.
You can learn in fun ways. There are different ways you can learn, so it doesn't have to be very academic. And then I'm not talking about you writing a thesis paper. Have you learned coding, for example? Have you learned how to do animation? Those are skills that will bring you value and bring you money. So first and foremost, develop yourself personally. Secondly, you must also believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So
what if in your area of development, you believe that your skill set is talent-based, and that's the only area that you want to strengthen, but then that is already a disadvantage?
With talent, you must have education to manage that talent. So education is still very important. So personal development, which is education, belief in yourself. You must believe in yourself. The third one, improve your earning capacity. There are 8 streams of income.
Okay.
There are 8 streams of... You have dividend income, you have profit income, you have rental income, you have royalty income. There are 8 streams of income. Wow. And people just wait on the paid income, which is the first type of income.
But I'm only 23.
At 23, you can have 5 streams of income. You can have 8. It's not about you looking at the value you have and using that value to make money. Age is not a limit to how rich you are. We have some youths who are less than 25 who are commanding hundreds of millions.
True. I don't want to do anything illegal. And it seems like the only ways of earning extra income is through illegal means.
It's a function of the mind. That's what your mind is telling you. That it's only through illegal means that you can earn income. But there are other areas you can earn income legitimately, and you still break. You still, blow, as they say, and you still make money.
Okay, so I keep interrupting you. So we're on 3 now. First was educate.
You're playing the devil's advocate.
I am, because those are the questions that the younger people would ask.
The fourth one is, who are the people in your network? Your net worth is a function of your network.
Your net worth
is a function of your network. Who are the people in your network? They are the first people that will believe in you and patronize you when you have value to give. So you must be, as a youth, must begin to look at people in my network.
Okay, my network is made up of my age mates. Isn't that enough?
You can change your circle. What can your age mates add to you as value? There may be some things, but if not, then you move up, you move sideways and look at other people that you can bring into your network and increase your net worth. Believing that it's not all about money. Your net worth is not a function of the naira or dollars you have in your bank account. It's a function of the values that you have, that you can give, you know, and earn money.
And then number 5.
Number 5, pray. The God factor is very important.
I don't believe in God.
It's not about religion. It's about spirituality.
Okay.
You are not an accident of nature. Someone brought you here.
Something.
Something brought you here, whatever name you want to call it. And it's for a purpose. So you go back to the manufacturer of this product and ask the manufacturer, why am I here? The God factor is very important. You must always remember that there is a supernatural being out there who has made you.
I believe in science.
You believe in science.
I believe in Homo sapiens.
Whatever you believe in, there's a spiritual angle to you. Man is a spirit. You live in a body and you have a soul. So whatever that spiritual angle of your life is, connect back to the manufacturer and ask him for your purpose on earth.
That's bam. Was I a good devil's advocate?
I think I was able to keep you quiet.
Yes!
Because your questions were coming and you really played the devil's advocate part very well. But that's all about it. There's a spiritual angle to it.
Yes, there
There's
is.
And
you know, that's usually what I usually tell people, and I'm so glad that you put it that way. Right, so we've come to the end of this.
So fast.
So fast. So fast. And we need to do more of this. You're a friend of the house.
Yeah.
So you're going to be coming back so that you can expand on this topic and all your areas of
A very important
expertise.
topic because
Very,
we're suffering.
very, very
I got a
important.
call last week, and well, my husband got a call 2 days ago, and his niece said, "Uncle, I'm traveling. I'm leaving."
Oh, wow.
You
Because
know,
I've had enough.
so there's a family implication to it.
Yes.
There's a family
yes,
implication. Who
yes.
gets to take care of the old ones?
Yes.
The people in their 80s, the 70s. And I was telling my husband, when is she coming back? Her father is over 70. And he said, do you think she will come back?
Wow.
You know, so there's a family implication also.
Yeah. So again, this actually goes back to the foundation of why we started this show, to bring back family values. And everything, every topic, however seemingly unrelated, it always comes back to the crux of the matter, family values.
You know, our values are becoming diluted.
Very, very. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
For spending your morning with us. It's been awesome. It's been very, very awesome. And on that note, we've come to the end of this segment. But John, Helen, and myself will be back in a few minutes to round up the show. So please stay with us. Thank you.